Hello, I'm Stan Nowlin from Fort Worth, Texas. Been a while since I've been on YouTube. I guess it's probably been about 3 years. But I feel like I'm motivated again. I've had some phone calls, people asking me how do I go about playing, my technique and things. Do I use a thumb pick or a straight pick? Well, I use the thumb pick and my fingers. And I use two fingers, and sometimes I'll use three, depending on what I'm doing. But as far as my nails, I grow them out about a 1/16 of an inch, that white part you see on the end of your nail. And when I put my hand, turn my hand over and look at my palm, I barely want to see any nails at all. That's about the right length. It works well. Any longer than that, it doesn't work well. And right now, I would like to show you a D scale that I do. And you take your thumb pick and your fingers. There's a certain order that you go to so you can develop your speed. If it's just haphazard and you really no particular string to hit with your fingers, then you could get confused and hit the wrong string. But there's an order that I want to show you: the thumb, index finger, and the middle finger. If you can use and memorize that, it'll help you in your speed and accuracy. So let's look at that right now. Okay, before I show you that D scale, I want to show you my right hand techniques so that you can know how I go about that. I use as far as my thumb pick, I'm using the Fred Kelly speed pick. Now I've used the Ernie ball pick. That works really good, but not as good as this one. This is really nice. They also make this in the orange color, which is a little thinner than this, and then they make the yellow, which is thinner than the orange. But they're good, really good for Chet style. The rhythm on the bass really good. But I like the white one because it's a little bit stiffer, and when I pluck the strings, it's more crisp and sounds better. Sounds like quality instead of a cheap, flimsy, wiry sound that others might give. But I really like this. And also, when the way I hold my fingers is different than most pickers. I actually hold my hand like a person plays steel guitar. That's the way I've always played. Now I do play the steel guitar, and I found that the transition from the guitar to the steel was real easy for me because I hold my hand just like they do. And that is like this. I hold my hands in a fist. And actually, if you look at the back of my hand, see the palm here? I have my fingers real close to the palm. I don't know if you can see that, but that's where I do my picking, just like that right there. And it's all curled up, and it looks like when I put my back of the hand on the bridge, it looks like a crab. That's the best way to pick. And if you were to look at my hand from the front, you would never see my fingers. You just see the back of my hand. Now I do that so that people don't steal my licks, but anyway, that's just a joke. But anyway, when you hit the bass strings like that, if you keep your fingers close, you're more accurate. And as I pluck the strings and I go down or up, like that, I move my hand. I don't keep my thumb in one place and use my fingers, because you could hit the wrong string, and you want to be accurate. So if you do it consistently the same way all the time, then what you do, you go up and down, just like that right there. That way I know exactly where my fingers are, and I never, more likely you won't hit the wrong string when you do that. Okay, now we want to look at the left hand. And it's important to make sure that you lined up your fingers to their assigned fret. For instance, you always want to keep your fingers spread out. You don't never want to just bunch them up. Get get confusing there, but spread them out so you can hit the string real clean. So you want to keep this finger in that fret, this finger in this next fret, and this one there, and the pinky right there. So you can do this exercise to help you to get used to doing that. Like maybe this one. Or do it backwards. I usually do that to get ready to warm up, you know, get my fingers loose. I'd go up all the way up down the neck doing that, just practice. But now let's look at the D scale. You know, and you know, on your finger, your thumb, you could play that whole scale, of course, with your thumb if you wanted to, but if you incorporate the other fingers, you can go through it real fast. And you know, so here's the major scale. Oh, one more time. Then backwards. Okay, now when you're doing the D scale, there's a certain order that you do it. Some like this one string here on the fifth string on the 5th fret. I start out with the thumb pick, and then the next one would be the index finger right there, and the next one would be the thumb, and then the index finger, middle finger, thumb, index, middle, thumb, middle finger, in that order. Let's do it one more time. Oh, that going on is my cat, so ignore him. So here we go on the D scale. Thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle, thumb, and middle finger. All right, going backwards, we're going to start out with the thumb instead of the finger. Then the middle finger, then the thumb, middle finger, thumb, index, thumb, middle, index finger, thumb, index finger, thumb. Now you notice that I usually like to switch out one finger to the other finger, you know, but you saw in there that where we had the index finger twice, like on the 4th string and on the 5th string. Now, the only reason I did that, it's easier to do that because, see where you got your finger, it's easy to just move up like that. So that's why I use that index finger on those 2 strings, because I'm coming up and it's faster. All right, let's do it again. Or let me change position so you can see both hands. Let's see how that works. Okay, this way, this different position. Maybe you can see both hands. Here we go. Thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle. All right, going back, thumb, middle, thumb, index, thumb, index, thumb, index, thumb. Just like that right there. I hope you got something out of that. On the next video, I'm going to go a little further in that D scale. Some things you can add to it to enhance it to make it sound more professional. Instead of just striking the string, I want to show you some things that you can do to kind of put influence to it. But anyway, see you next time. Thank you now.